Hello, my name is the practitioner, A.K.A. the genius. And today, what I'd like to do is make um, a preacher curl division remake because I have combinations and I want to make sure I illustrate those to better promote the preacher curl division. So we have our building, we have conditioning, and we have strength. So let's get into that. So these are our building combinations. We have 8 reps in the first division, 1 rep in the second division, and then full range is always 5, starting from the top, muscle flex repetition, going to the bottom. And then we have this one, it's 8 reps, 3 reps in the second division, and 5 reps. This one's my favorite. I marked this one as my favorite, but it's not. I like this one because this one, you do the 8 building reps. You do 3, that's a good time under tension for the second division. And then we have always our 5 for full rep range. And then this is just another for building. This one's 5, 5, and 5. So we spend 5 reps in each range of motion. So this is our building. This is examples of different combinations for building. And then we have endurance. Muscular endurance. We have 12 reps in the first division, 12 reps in the second division, 5 reps full range, and this is in for muscular endurance. We have 15 in the first, 12 in the second, and then a 5 full range. And then we have this one. This one is my favorite for endurance training. We can do 8 reps in the first, 8 reps in the second, and then 5 reps. And then we have preacher curl division for strength. We have we can just, if we really want to find our max strength, we can just do 1 rep in each range. So we got 1 rep first division, 1 rep second division, and then 1 rep full range. That's if we really want to gain strength with using the preacher curl division. And then we have 2 reps first division, 2 reps second division, and 2 reps in the full range of motion. And then this one's my favorite. 3 reps in each division. I feel like that's spending enough time in each division. So this one's my favorite for strength training. So if you want to build strength using the preacher curl division, that one's my favorite. So yeah. So there's been a lot of talk. If you're a fan of bodybuilding like me, there's been a lot of talk about strict curls, and if you want to improve a strict curl, this would be the technique. Preacher curl division. You can use whatever technique you want. You can do for strength, building, or endurance. Whatever illustrations I just showed, those ones you can choose. But that will help maximize a strict curl, and that would be nice to figure out what how gains you could get with a strict curl. So, yep. So we can just show some. So just we can do we'll do one for each. So just to show the illustration, we're gonna pick one from the building, and we'll do this one. This one's my favorite. For this one, you can choose this one, 8, 1, and 5, or 5, 5, and 5. But this one's my favorite, so we'll do this one. 8, 3, and 5 in each division. So we'll do 8 in the first, 3 in the second, and then 5 full range. And we'll just show it, and I'll show you with the dumbbell how that looks. Okay, so we have our dumbbell, our demonstration dumbbell, and we'll start from the muscle flex repetition. This is preacher curl division. This is where we start, and then we bring it down. So what we can do is we can hold it for 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we can bring it to the middle. So this is our first division. We're going to do 8 reps for this. Okay, then we bring it down to the bottom. And we'll do 3 for the second division. We bring it down, and then we'll do full range of 5. And then we'll hold it at the bottom, and that will be our static hold, time under tension, the bottom hold, static hold, because it's not moving, and we'll do 15 seconds. Okay, so that's one of the ones that we chose for building. But do you see how we covered the top, the bottom of the range of motion. So we have our range of motion, we have the bottom, and we have the top, and we've covered that for time under tension. So we have our muscle flex for the top, we hold it, and then we have our range of motion, and then we have the bottom, the static hold, for time under tension, 15 seconds. So that's trying to maximize our time under tension, and we're trying to overall increase muscle failure so we can train harder. So with that, we would just normally go in the gym. I see a lot of programs, we do full range, we do 8 reps. But what we've done with the preacher curl division, we have maximized our range of motion, and we're utilizing the top of the range of motion, muscle flex repetition, and at the bottom static hold, and that's helping us overall increase, maximize all of the potential of the movement so we can maximize our results, because that's what we're trying to do. So we have a range of motion, and within the range of motion we're making use of the top in the muscle flex repetition. Once we come to a complete rep, once we complete one rep, we're utilizing this part of the rep. So here, muscle flex, 15. And then the bottom, static hold, 15 after we finish the division of the preacher curl division, and once we finish our reps. So not only are we chopping the range of motion, utilizing it as much as we can, and then going full range, but we have the range of motion, and we have the top covered, and we got the bottom covered. And that'll help with the strict curl if you're trying to improve. So if anyone is doing these techniques, they will help you. I believe they'll help you greatly increase your strength and stamina as well. What I've noticed when I do these, especially the preacher curl division, the static hold at the bottom, I feel like my stamina has increased. You know, I don't fatigue as I feel stronger. I feel like I don't get tired as often, because usually we go in the gym, we do our reps, and then we throw the weight. But with that static hold at the bottom, we hold, and the muscle's still working, especially once we do the 3 divisions, and then the muscle flex at the start. So all of that work we did, we have our muscle flex repetition for 15, depending on what you choose, 5, 10, or 15. We hold it, and with challenging weight, you're working. So we hold it, and then we have our first division, then we have the second division, and then we have full range. So once we do all that, and then we hold at the bottom, that is gonna, you're still working. We're still maximizing time under tension. Um, and once we change our reps, that's implementing progressive overload. So there's lots going on. Instead of just with the basic, you go in and you do your 8 reps, full range. We are maximizing. We are doing such a great job with each part of the range of motion, bottom and top, and we're utilizing the the range of motion itself. So we're doing a lot of work. A lot of work is happening. Like lots of very all those things together, and to make it as effective as possible, so we can get our results. If you want to maximize strength, hypertrophy, you're just trying to get muscular endurance. You're just trying to get some cardio. All of it's used so we can maximize that potential of it. But I would like to comment as well that there is a similar um, there is a similar it's similar to the preacher curl division. I've had this plan for many months, for I want to say a year, but what I did see is that there is something similar, and it's called 21s. So I'll just give you the demonstrations if you never heard of what that is. But for us beginners, I believe it's very challenging. So, but it's almost the same, but I believe it's still lifting, moving the weight to a higher position. So the principle's still the same kind of, but I feel like with the preacher curl division, we've took it a step further. We have um, we have took it that much. We're pushing the envelope with that technique. But with the 21s, I mean, it's great if you're an elite athlete, like the professionals. The professionals, they do it, and I think that's great for them, but they have the muscular endurance to do that. For us beginners, there's no way. But for 21s, what you do is you do 3 sets of 7 in each division, in each range of motion. But I've never heard it labeled in any way. I've seen it on the internet before, but I've never seen if it's called a division or just range of motion. Like I don't know what it's called, but they do 7 here, and then they do like 7 here. So you do 7 here, and then you do 7 full range. But for me, 7 is a lot of reps. Like there's no beginner that, I mean, unless you're very like, if you've played other sports, maybe that way you would be able to perform the 21s, 7 times 3, 21. But it seems like a lot of reps in each division. So I believe that my preacher curl division is just for us beginners. So you can choose your reps in each range, because that's another thing I see with a lot of programs. You either do 8 to 12 reps, 8 to 12, or I've seen some now that they're making them 5 reps, but it's a set reps. Like there's no flux in it. There's no changing of how can you progressively overload. So I feel like I take it a step further with that preacher curl division. And a lot of other things I've been seeing on the internet is how hard should you push yourself. I'm watching everything because I wanna know what's going on in the fitness industry or whatever, and I wanna take it to that next level. I've been hearing, you have your reps in reserved. How hard should you train? Go to failure. With my program, with the preacher curl division, you choose how hard you want to push yourself. So we already have the reps in reserved. I feel like like I'm covering everything, you know. It's working on strength, and then with that whole, how hard do you train? How hard do you train? How hard do you want to push yourself? That's the question. And I feel like they don't explain it as well as it could be, you know. But they just keep saying progressive overload. How do you do it? What's the technique? Reps in reserve. You don't train to failure every time. You don't gotta uh, train to failure. But I believe like I'm covering a lot of the things that are being spoken of in the fitness industry. So just an example. So we have our preacher crow division. And they're asking how much like reps in reserve, how many reps do you keep in the tank? I've been hearing all this. But with this, you can choose. This is the preacher crow division. In here, you can choose how hard you want to push yourself. We got 3, 5, 8, 12. Okay? You have in the first division. So those are your reps in reserve. You have a max of 12 reps that you could complete in this first division. In the second division, we have 1, 3, 5, and 8. So our max rep range here is 8. Okay? And you can choose. And of course, with full range, we do 5. That one is set. That reps are not changing because we want to do a lot of work here in these divisions. We are utilizing the range of motion. And then once we do full range, we are very fatigued. If you do 12 reps or 8 reps, if you do your max reps here, you're going to be very fatigued. And we have to make sure that we complete full range, 5. So you, so you choose how hard you want to push yourself. These are our reps in reserve. Which ones do you want to do? How hard do you want to push yourself? So you can do one set, 3, 1, and 5. Progressive overload, we'll do 5, 3, and 5. Keep progressive overload. Our third set, we can do 8 reps, 5, no, 8 and 8 and 5. Okay, and then if we want to keep going, fourth set, we do 12, 8, and 5. But this is the hardest division. Well, no, this division's getting harder, and this division's the hardest. So, but that's the working with that concept, progressive overload. So it depends on where you want to, how hard you want to push yourself. Progressive overloads here. We got our rep range. We got our reps in reserve. I feel like we are covering a lot of what's being said. So you just have to choose what you want to do. So it's similar to it's similar to 21s, but I've like this with our static hold, muscle flex repetition, we are taking it to the next level. And since I'm not that well known, I mean, no one knows me that well, but I would like to make a shout out to Ronnie Stevens. He gave me a little message right there. I want to appreciate you, man. And then David Lewis, he gave me one as well. So I appreciate you as well. You know, like if you're watching this, if you see another beginner doing these techniques, you know, give him the BA Genius, the acronym, you know, BA Genius, because this is going to the next level. Like you comment, like tell me how does it feel? How does the preacher division feel? Like how are you working harder? Do you feel like you're working harder? Or maybe it doesn't make sense. Like I want to know because I got the message and I got pumped. I was ready to keep making videos because I want to help. I feel like this technique is it's gonna help us. It's gonna get us our gains. So like I appreciate you and just comment again. You know, just tell me what's up. It's all good. So we did a combination from the building. Now we can do a combination from endurance. So we have muscular endurance. Okay, we have muscular endurance. So what we got here is, which one's my favorite in this one? Oh, 15, okay. So we'll do this. We will do 15, 12, and 5. This one's my favorite. My favorite if I really want to work on endurance. Fast movement and a hard stop with each division. So we'll do 15 and 12. So we got muscle flex. 15 seconds, but once you pick challenging weight, it's going to become tougher. So this is just a 5-pound weight, it's demonstration. So, but once you pick 15 pounds, 20, 25 pounds, you're working, So here we go. So we got our 15. This is muscular endurance combination for the preacher curl division. Okay, so we'll go to the first division. We'll do 15. All the way down in second, and we'll do 12. Okay, we'll do 12 reps, and then now full range 5. Once we complete our full range 5, static hold at the bottom, 15. Okay, and then you could throw it away. But that was endurance. So let's just say you do just an example, we just did 2 sets. So we can do our building set, or not, and then do our endurance. But if we want the progressively overload, we can do this one first, this endurance combination, and then we can do a building. And I like to do it with cables. You would have to change the weight, because if you're trying to build, you'll probably go heavier. So that's what you do. That's our endurance. If we want to use progressive overload, we can change the rep range with each set. But if you're just trying to work purely cardio that day, all you gotta do is just you pick the combination that you want, and you do it lightweight. Even with super lightweight, I'm getting a crazy pump. Like I'll be sore for a while. So yeah. So that's that one. And then we have our strength. We have strength combinations. Okay, so we have our strength combinations: 1, 1, and 1, 2, 2, and 2, and 3, 3, and 3. This one's my favorite. I feel like with 3 reps in each division, we're spending enough time in each division. If you pick a really heavy weight, I like 3 reps in each division. I feel like that's enough time spent. With 1 rep, I mean, you can, like I've done it before as well in my training. But I just feel like 3 is just the right amount of time in each division if you really want to work on strength. So what you do is you make a hard stop in each division. So you just kind of like, you stop it and you bring it up, hard and fast. So you bring it hard and fast, bring it to the bottom, up, hard and fast, and then you do full range. So this is our strength combination, and we'll just do 3 in each division. So you just bring it, go, give it a hard stop, like really let the muscle give it a hard stop. We'll do 3, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then full range, 1, 2, 3. And then our static hold at the bottom, time under tension. We'll hold it for 15. I like doing the 15, 5, 10, 15. And then you throw it away. So that's those combinations. You can pick whatever you want. So that's just we did our strength. And then of course you train both biceps. I just want to I feel like this is gonna make us the champions that we want to be. And then so yeah, we did all of them so far. So yeah, just pick which one you want, and yeah, just make sure you leave a comment, because I really appreciated that. And then if you see someone in the gym doing this preacher curl division, you give them you let them know that that we're beginners, and we're not intimidated, because sometimes it can be an intimidating sport, like especially when we're beginners. You go in the gym and you don't know what you're doing, so you just make sure like if you see someone going with the lightweight, because we're trying to make lightweight heavy, so that's what we're trying to do, so we're just trying to be the best that we can be in a brand new sport. And that's what I'm trying to help with, because I believe that my techniques, they'll help. And yes, and now I remember what I wanted to talk about was what I wanna, because it's preacher curl division. We're talking about the movement, and what we have here, if I can find it, just give me a moment, because I want to do a bench press division. Here it is. Just to show you, but I haven't done it myself yet, so we need to find our reps still in each division. So we have our barbell, because it's now a bench press division. We're bringing it down and up, and then we have our first division. I still need to get the reps. Second division, because we have top, the middle, and then bottom, the middle. So we have our division of the range of motion, and then third division, full range of motion, always 5. So this is the bench press division. I haven't done it myself. So far it's just been a bicep. So it's just that one muscle working. Once we get into compound movements, then it'll be more challenging, because we're using different muscle groups within the movement. So a bench press, we're using the anterior shoulder, the front of the shoulder. We're using, of course, the triceps. We're using biceps. And I mean, if we're power lifters, they say that you use the lats, you engage lats, but we're just building right now. We're beginning. We're not that scientific yet, but so that's gonna be harder, because just last week I did a shoulder exercise. I only went with 40 pounds, and it was very challenging. I didn't even try the preacher, the bench shoulder press division. But what I did do is I was working on the front of the shoulder, and I did the front shoulder raise division. So I'll show you. You can use the division, the chop of the motion, the same as the preacher curl division. You can use it for different muscle groups, because the front, I feel like this is a hard muscle to work. They say it's overdeveloped when you because you're always doing presses, you're doing bench press, so but with the bicep, I feel like it's so easy to work that you can easily overdevelop it compared to the front of the shoulder. So what I've been seeing is, like back in the golden era, they did full range all the way to the top, and now I'm seeing a lot of dudes in the gym that they'll do half of the range of motion, and I like my front development to be very great, but I feel like I don't get a lot of work when I do that half movement. So what I did in the gym is I did full range. Preacher curl division, same concept. Hold it, muscle flex repetition, and then we have our range of motion. So we hold it, and then we bring it to the middle. I did 8. Okay, I brought it down. I did like 3 to 5. I only did 2 sets, and then I brought it to the middle, and then I went full range, and I felt like I got a great pump in the front. I should have started with that. I did my front presses first, and then I did the front shoulder raise division. So you can do that and it'll work. You know, it's that same bicep. It's the same as the preacher curl division, but you're using it on your shoulders, and I feel like that'll work greatly. Because I feel a lot of people that they overdevelop the biceps. I feel like a biceps really easy exercise muscle to work. So I feel like it can easily be overdeveloped. So you have to just find you can use that technique, preacher curl division, for that muscle group, for the front. Because they always say it's overdeveloped. Compared to, of course, for the back, I mean, I agree with that, yes. I mean, because you're doing presses, bench press. So this can be more developed than the back, the posterior of the muscle, because they say you have the front, back, and this part, the middle. So that's just an example that you can use the preacher curl division for another muscle group. You don't have to just use it for the biceps. You can use it for that, for like how I did. I did it for the front of my shoulder because I want some big round shoulders, you know. So, but that's just an example that the techniques that I'm using, they don't have to be just for biceps. They can be used for triceps. They can be used for, you know, just chopping in the range of motion. We're covering top and bottom range of motion with the muscle flex repetition and our static hold at the bottom. Time under tension. With all that work, we're really fatiguing. You pick a challenging weight, and you're gonna get results. So that's all for now. You're following the bodybuilding practitioner, A.K.A. the Genius.